Saludos amigos y bienvenidos a este su GOATCast con este servidor José Piculín Ortiz. Antes de comenzar con este episodio, aquí sabemos que apoyar el deporte boricua es clave y T-Mobile Puerto Rico está bien claro en eso. Con ellos, nuestro equipo nunca pierde la conexión. Gracias a T-Mobile, muchos de nuestros atletas pueden estar conectados donde quiera que vayan a representar a nuestra isla. Y como ellos, tú también puedes hacerlo comprando y activando tu teléfono en tmobile.com. Con envío gratis sin filas, así que ya lo saben, si necesitan un nuevo teléfono o accesorio, puede ordenarlos hoy mismo en tmobile.com. En esta ocasión tenemos a una persona muy querida, muy especial, pero más allá de eso, como jugador, yo digo que era mejor que yo porque es que lo hacía todo. Reboteaba ofensivamente, reboteaba defensivamente, defendía, pero lo más allá de él aún era que era un copioso anotador y cuando las millas contaban es cuando este servidor, este caballero aparecía, el señor Monty Wilson con nosotros aquí hoy. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Good to have you here. Good to see you again.
You too.
And it's curious. I'm explaining that the way you were as a player, all around.
Tú sabes que yo entendí todo.
Sí, I know. Sí. If you prefer it in Spanish,
Nah,
we can
nah.
go on in Spanish slowly,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I know you
yeah.
can make it.
That's
I know you
right.
can make it. A ver si...
I
let
just
me
can't
see.
explain it.
Let
good
me
enough.
see if it's true. ¿Dónde naciste y bajo qué circunstancias?
Where did I learn?
Where were
to
you
play
born?
Basketball.
And under which circumstances?
Oh, well, that's a crazy story. And nobody knows this. So me and you are having this conversation for the first time publicly. I was born naturally in Decatur, Illinois, but I was finished my high school years in Springfield, Illinois.
Oh,
And the reason why for the change, when I was growing up, Piku, I had a not so much bad childhood, but I had a troublesome childhood. I was a kid of the streets.
around you? Surrounding you,
Yeah.
maybe.
So when my parents were married till I was about 8 or 9 years old. They divorced. My father went on the other side of town. Wasn't very interactive with us. It was me, my two sisters, and my mom worked a couple jobs. You know, she was
Out of time.
Yeah, she was single mother at the time. So,
Wow.
and the father, my dad, wasn't really in the house. Really didn't support us financially. He was on the other side of town. Didn't see him very much, but we knew who our dad was. Right?
Okay.
Kind of the same story for a lot of children, African American children nowadays, right? Where the father, they know who he is, but they're not integrated into their lives. But my mom worked a couple jobs, kept food on her table, and when I was about in the 7th grade, she got into drugs. You know, my mom got addicted to crack cocaine, and from 7th grade all the way until today.
Really?
I'm very surprised she's alive to this day. And so when she got involved in that, then my mom stopped not being at home, right?
Of course.
And so it was my two sisters and I. We were in school. We were young.
You're the oldest.
No, I'm in the middle. So
Oh,
I have an older sister and I have a younger sister.
younger
I'm
sister.
right, and we're all 2 years apart. But
Very
you know,
tight.
yeah, we're close.
Cool.
So long story short, when we get to high school, my older sister moves out to her boyfriend, and really in the house is my younger sister and myself, and periodically we see my mom. Right?
Really?
Because she's in and out in the streets, and I kind of grew up in the streets. You know, we still went to school. The only reason why I went to school is, because everybody else was going to school. What else am I going to do, right?
What brought you to school?
Well, what brought me to
What
school
kept you
was,
in school?
All my friends was going to school, and, obviously I didn't have my mom and my dad there to force me to go, even though, of course, they wanted me to go.
But you decided to go.
But
Keep
I
going.
decided to keep going to school because my friends were in school, and I wanted to play basketball. I didn't learn to play basketball until I was a 6th or 7th grade.
Did you did any other sport?
No.
No, basketball straight
It
up.
was basketball only.
So you that took you to a path, so you could just forget about anything else in your life.
Well,
just
actually,
straight up.
basketball was introduced to me about two friends of mine. I remember to this day, Chris Ewing and Travis Jones.
How old were you?
I was about 13 or 14 years old.
Okay.
And they just had a ball, and they went to a court and said, come on, you just play. They were killing me. I didn't know what I was doing.
I was the same. So
And so
everybody
we got
goes
to
through
play. We got to start playing every day this game that we call 21, and I would lose almost all of them. But about a year later, they couldn't win one. I started to learn the game. Chris introduced me to a guy named Phil Banks, who was a shooting coach, who ended up becoming my 7th and 8th grade coach.
Okay.
And so I'll being with him every day with a pole in front of me and a ball to shoot over top of the pole.
Left-handed too.
Yeah, because I used to shoot with like two hands.
Exactly.
And so I was very blessed to have a guy who taught me basketball to be a technical form shooting teacher.
Exactly.
And once I started doing that every day with him, my game totally changed, and I started learning the game.
And also your
And
head started changing. You
all
fall
of
in
that.
love with the sport.
I started learning
more
about
time
screens
into it.
and roles, positions, where to go. I was getting yelled at every day for making mistakes.
We all do that.
So I had a really good coach, very strict. He made us run, and we were in super great condition. And so my 8th, 7th, and 8th grade team went undefeated.
That's when you
for 2
realize
years. That's when I realized
you in love with basketball.
Let me just play basketball. And so one of my motivations for going to school was to continue to play basketball. I had no idea I would continue playing basketball or even why I was playing it.
Nobody plans that. Trust me.
It was an outlet.
Nobody plans that.
It was an outlet. It was an outlet for me because I didn't have a nuclear family. I didn't have.
You just focus on that.
And it was my outlet. It was where I let my energy go. And I learned just once I got a ball, I didn't need anything else because all my stress was letting out with practice.
Basketball.
Also, I just happened to start hitting a growth spurt. So I started to be one of the tallest kids around. Along with that, I was just naturally athletic. Started learning how to jump, and next thing you know, by the time 8th grade started, I was dunking the ball in 8th grade.
Oh, really? Wow.
8th grade, I'm dunking in games and things like that. And I'm like, from there, I just went to high school.
Who were you idolizing by then?
When I first started basketball, no one.
No one.
The reason why I didn't know anything about basketball.
Of course. You were
But obviously, once I started developing and loved the game of basketball, it was Michael Jordan. It was hands down Michael Jordan. That's when he came out in '86, and he had the Bulls shorts and the cool shoes. I was like, yeah, I like Michael.
So you were right by the neighborhood.
Yes.
For how many years? Since he played, he was playing there.
Yeah, in Chicago. Chicago's about 2.5 hours north of Springfield and Decatur. So Jordan was.
You got
everywhere.
to go to the games sometimes.
Not when I was small. No.
Nobody took you there.
No. I didn't have the means. I didn't have, anyone to take me to a game or do anything like that.
You arrived at Tennessee State University in '93, broke your hand in that first season. How did that set up the rest of your time there?
It was actually the second year. '92, I got there, had a really good year. I won Freshman of the Year of the conference, newcomer of the year, and averaged about 14 a game my freshman year. 13 or 14 a game in Division I.
In Division.
Pretty good for a freshman, right?
Let's go back for a little bit. You mentioned that you finish up undefeated on 9th grade?
7th and 8th grade.
7th and 8th, undefeated.
Yeah.
How that felt for you then, since starting, kind of like pump up? Or...
It was, I don't know, it was a bittersweet, and when I say that, I mean like, at the time, you don't know what you accomplished. That's the bitter part. But it was sweet at the time, like knowing that, at that age in the entire state, no one was good enough to
Your
be.
sisters were there with you celebrating?
Yeah. Absolutely. So my older sister was my motivation to play basketball. So why did I start playing basketball? I went to a game where my older sister was playing.
Oh, she
and
was.
So I saw her playing, and I said, okay, I'm gonna play.
Did she keep playing?
Yeah, she played up until high school,
Uh-huh.
and then that was it. But she was my biggest motivation to play basketball.
Did she ever teach you something? Some maybe moves or?
No, she didn't. I just went to watch her play and support her, and I kind of fell in love with the way she played the game. She was a dog. She's the bruiser that beats you up, rebound. Yeah. So I started watching her play, and I was getting excited, and she was winning her games. And then that following year, I started to play basketball.
Any mental encouragement from her?
More so me supporting her. She didn't even know I liked basketball.
Really?
And she did probably to this
She
day.
noticed.
To this day, she doesn't even know that she was the motivating factor for me playing basketball.
What does she tell you now after your career?
She's one of my biggest supporters. So she supported me from high school all the way to college to a professional career. She even got a chance to come to Puerto Rico and watch a game here with me playing in Puerto Rico. I flew her over and was able to spend time with her here while I was playing basketball.
Do you had any goal towards the NBA sometime?
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Like everybody.
Well, my senior year in college, I was ranked the top 8th guard in the nation, and then I got hurt.
Top 8.
Yeah, I was ranked number 8 in the nation in college basketball. And then I got hurt, broke my 5th metatarsal in my foot, so I missed the beginning of part of my season. My team doctor at the time forgot to give me a metal insert after I came back. And I played maybe 3 or 4 games, averaged 20, 21 points in D1, and then I re-broke that foot my same senior year.
Same thing.
Yep. And that kind of ended my season. I missed the whole I probably played 6 games my senior year in college.
And what happened if you couldn't practice or for how long?
Yeah, and then that kind of took me out of the rhythm. I still got invited and still was acknowledged as one of the top guards in the nation at the time. I was invited to Chicago pre-draft camp. Obviously, wasn't completely informed as far as rhythm and timing, and because I haven't played all year. But I was still invited because those guys recognized the numbers I put up in college.
Let's go where you started playing overseas.
Good story. That same year after I got invited to the Chicago pre-draft camp,
94, 90.
It was 96, I believe.
6.
Right? That year, I didn't get a job. I was at home. I worked security.
Okay.
In Nashville, Tennessee. And I wasn't sure if basketball was even a route or even a plan. But I sat out that whole year and just worked, stayed with...
no basketball at all?
No basketball at all.
No practice?
No, just, working out on my own. But not in the intention that I would continue playing basketball because I didn't know that if that was even being true. So I stayed probably about a year and a half. I didn't even play basketball after college. And then an opportunity came up in Argentina where, do you remember Corey Allen?
Of course.
So Corey Allen played in Argentina, a small town called Pico, Argentina. And there was 2 teams in that same city. He played for Pico football, and there's this Pico Independiente. So Independiente just got rid of a player, and they were looking for a player. And Corey knew the head coach of Pico Independiente. It's like, I need a guy who can score. I need a guy who can, rebound. And he recommended me. And so in 98.
Were you ready then?
I was not completely. But I was still naturally.
That was the whole impression first, huh?
Yeah, I was always naturally still in shape, right? So It's like riding a bike. Corey recommended me the job. They called me, bought me a ticket, flew me down. They say, okay, we're going to give you a month and see how you do. I came down the month, killed it, obviously. And,
Numbers are there.
And then that kind of supported me staying the rest of the year. So Corey Allen actually helped me find my first job in Argentina.
So you were for a year there?
Yep. And in that time I was in Argentina, Jerome Mincy saw me play.
Viste, brother?
So Jerome goes, where are you from? I like your game, man. You can play. You should play in Puerto Rico. I said, well, I don't know. Just my first job, you know. So later, Corey Allen comes here and plays.
Jerome was with Sunchales then.
Sunchales, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. And so Corey Allen comes to Puerto Rico and he plays.
Exactly.
I go back home, and then a job opportunity comes up here. He recommends me again, and Jerome Mincy vouches. No, I saw this kid play in Argentina.
He
You
can
should
play.
bring him, right? And so what happened was Lamont Struthers from Arecibo got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So they flew me in because Corey Allen was on that team.
Right.
And so they flew me in to take Lamont Struthers. I think he pulled his hamstring really bad or whatever. I was practicing with the team, practicing really well. Everything was going good. Lamont Struthers saw me play, and he came back. And the team won their next 3 or 4 games, but the team was playing fantastic. And when I tell you Lamont Struthers was playing like Lamont Struthers, his name, he was playing really well.
No, he was.
And I was like, so after a while, after a month of paying me for sitting there dressed, they go like, well, we're going to let you go, right? Because we don't need you. Obviously, we're playing well. The guy we were going to replace you with is playing very well. And I agree with him. Yeah,
He picked it up the way
this
he
guy's
did.
balling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
So,
left it.
and so I was on my way to the airport. I got to the airport, and my agent calls me. Monty, you left yet? No, I'm at the airport. I'm about to go, though, but I'm about to go back home. And, well, there's a team now. Morovis needs a player. They need you to play tonight. What? Huh? Okay.
I'm ready.
Send me a contract. We signed a contract. I go to Ebenito. And when I tell you nobody knows these stories, this is the first time I'm ever telling it. I go to Morovis. They show me in 5 minutes of offense. I get out there. I may play for the whole game, maybe 10 minutes. Had maybe 6 or 8 points in 10 minutes, whatever. Lost the game. The word is that we lost the game because our American wasn't good. So anyway, they cut me.
Same day.
First one game, 10 minutes, 6 or 8 points. That was it.
They won, they lost.
We lost.
You lost.
But I only played 10 minutes. The guy didn't play me. And, you know, and I'm not saying if they would have played me, we'd have won. But you didn't even give me an opportunity.
I'm pretty sure Mario wasn't there, because if Mario was there, he would have kept you.
But anyway.
He probably will tell me.
But he said that my agent said, well, he said you didn't play well and you wasn't a good player, and you know we wanted someone else.
That was Herman?
No, it wasn't Herman at the time. It was
Okay.
Keith Kreider.
Okay.
I said, okay. So I go back to the airport. Monty, you gone yet?
Right at the airport.
Yo,
Unbelievable.
no,
It was for you. The job was for
Yeah,
you. Simple.
I'm about to go home. The guy, they released me. I don't know why. I didn't play that much, but okay, whatever. Well, a team needs you because the NBA player that they had is going to NBA camp. What's his name?
Tony Parker?
No.
No.
Farmer.
Farmer, perdón.
Tony Farmer
Farmer Parker.
left Cuomo to go back to NBA camp. We only need you for a month. So I leave the airport. I go to Cuomo. When I get to Cuomo, Christian is there and a couple other guys is there. We play our first games. I think in that month we ran off like 7 out of 8 wins, which is the best stretch they ever had, even with Tony Farmer. So they end up not bringing Tony Farmer back and keeping me for the rest of that year. Yep. And I end up averaging over 20 points a game the rest of that year.
And that makes you stay in Puerto Rico then
After that, it was a check mark, Picu.
Really?
I was good. Yeah.
You did it good.
Yeah.
I think so.
So that's how I got kind of cemented into Puerto Rico. It was a lot of luck and a lot of blessings at the same time.
Yeah.
Because at any given time, if nobody would have called at that given time,
But about the time to leave, the time they call.
I was at the airport.
And then leave and call.
Two times in a row. That's a blessing.
It is.
So
you will get on that plane and will never turn back.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but there was a job for you in Puerto Rico.
It was a place for me. I was very blessed to have that situation happen.
So besides Puerto Rico, you play overseas.
Yes.
Was Asia?
Asia was a big part, South America, and I played just a couple years in Europe. Yeah.
And then you won?
I have
four different countries?
4 world championships in 4 different countries.
Which are?
Which is here in Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, and Colombia.
In Colombia.
Yeah, I won a championship in Colombia.
In Colombia. Yeah. But then you decided to stay in Puerto Rico since when?
Well, that's a long story.
Because you never went back out. You stayed in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I was always here in Puerto Rico, and but also in Atlanta as well.
Right, exactly.
Back and forth between Puerto Rico and Atlanta, and also the other countries that I played in.
And people treat you well everywhere here?
Oh, man, listen, I love Puerto Rico. I mean, people still remember me when I played here, and sometimes I walk down the street and I hear Monty. Like,
you knew anything about the league prior to come to Puerto Rico?
No, I did not.
No, nothing at all.
I did not. I kind of over the years kind of was getting stories about the league.
In Cuamo?
Yeah, and people were telling me about.
Especially
that's
Chicho.
when I first saw. I first saw you play that year. You know, and people were told me your story, and I heard about your story and how great of a player you used to be, and I was.
I used to be.
Yeah, well, me too. Used
to.
We all used to be, right?
Yep, no problem.
But I saw you play for the first time. Very impressed, man. How you used to spin and use the glass. I've never seen a guy personally use the glass as you have.
Really?
Besides Tim Duncan.
Well, he learned from me, though.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm not trying to be cocky here.
But so when I saw you play, and I was like, man, this guy's killing the glass. I don't know how you use the glass so much. People don't believe it or not. That's a tough shot.
It is.
It's a tough shot, but if you master it, nobody can stop it either. So
I hope people listen to what I keep saying.
Yeah.
Use the backboard.
Yes.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Saludos, amigos. Hay momentos mandatorios y quiero tomar para darle las gracias. Gracias por preocuparse por mi salud, por apoyar su GOATCast semana tras semana y por la linda acogida que le dieron al primer lanzamiento de mercancía de mi propia marca. Ya está fuera el segundo drop. La colección Signature no es preorden, o sea, usted ordena y se hace envío esa misma semana. Tenemos una camisa y un suéter con mi firma impresa atrás y por primera vez un impreso coleccionable de este servidor firmado con mi puño y letra. Visita piculinortiz.com o escanea el código en esta pantalla y haz tu orden, que si es como el primero, se van rápido y las cantidades son limitadas. Let's talk about 5 top players that you faced here in Puerto Rico during your years playing.
Wow, you're going to make me think, man, because I'm not great with names. One I played against,
Or they play against you?
You? You're definitely one of in my years. Frankie Western.
The
ghost.
The ghost.
Because he didn't. It was nothing fancy. It was a quick catch and shoot.
It was a true.
Next thing you know, he's at the free throw line, or he has a quick bucket, fast break layup, and that's all you remember.
They were pretty similar.
At the end of the game, he has 26.
Quietly. Really? How?
I only saw him score 3 times.
Very softly.
Oh my
He was
God!
everywhere.
But it was every night.
It was everywhere.
He was the most quietest scorer I've ever seen in my lifetime. Really good scorer, and didn't talk. He didn't trash talk. He didn't say anything.
He
got
was there, but not.
He wasn't super athletic. He wasn't fast.
He was smart.
But he was very smart in how he used his body and when he used his body. So Frankie Western was definitely another.
Who else?
Buster Figueroa.
Rough.
Buster was
Rough.
tough. He was tough.
He
When
was
his
rough.
first couple years, when he first came in the league, wasn't as good. But when he caught fire,
That was in
when he got
Guaynabo.
on,
When we went to Arecibo.
when he went to everything changed.
He was somebody else.
Yep, he was. So Buster is number 3. Like he was a bruiser, left-handed. He didn't look athletic, but was very athletic.
Long arms.
Yes,
He could
very
jump.
athletic. And when he started
Use his body well.
when he started to knock down the 3-pointer, he became unstoppable. Yeah,
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
And I don't remember this other guy's name, but he was American. He played for Arecibo, but big guy.
El gordo,
He's
Pfizer.
So Marcus Pfizer would be on that list. He was tough.
He was tough.
Smart, used his body well, had great touch, and the system that he played for, that's Arecibo system,
Mario.
made him insinuate his game. It made him stand out a lot more. So he would be another one, and obviously Eddie Casiano. When I saw this kid play, I was like, "What, man? He's lefty too," because that's the first thing I noticed.
You mentioned a couple lefties.
Yeah,
Buster. Him. No, Marcus was right-handed.
Marcus was righty, but Eddie Casiano, he was the first player I seen that jumped 3 feet in the air to shoot a jumper. There's no way you're gonna block it.
Way high.
But it was every time he jumped.
I only know 2. Him and Bobby Rios and Neftali Rivera.
Yeah.
Way high.
It's like, man, these
They
guys
jump
jump high as hell
and
just to
then
get the man. Listen,
If you
to
get up
this
here-
day, when I see clips of Eddie Casiano, I'm impressed. I'm like, this guy's
never saw anyone
unbelievable.
Block his shot off a 3-point shot.
No.
I never saw anyone block his shot.
Only thing you can do is contest it.
And
I mean, he's jumped.
laid back too.
He jumped high, as if he's gonna dunk the ball,
Yeah.
and he's shooting a
He
3-pointer.
was the only left-handed
He's
that
phenomenal.
goes always right
His
first
touch
and
was
then finish.
his touch was so soft. His creativity and the way he used his body to get in position. He had a nice step back. But yeah, he's probably those are the 5 toughest players I ever played against in Puerto Rico.
He also a beloved figure in Guayama. What do you think made people resonate with you?
And Guayama is a small town, right?
But very good fans.
Very super fans, man. The people are like, I mean, every game was packed. Those people fill the gym up. And we talked about this earlier, man. If it's an organization that deserved to come back to the league, it's Guayama. The fans are phenomenal. We had great teams. We didn't win a championship there. I think we were one player away, one big man away.
One big man.
Right? Because I was essentially the big man of the team. Even though I'm undersized, I was strong enough and athletic enough to guard any big man. But I wasn't the center. We needed a Piculín.
They used to have Gary Bowles.
Yeah, but at the time, Gary was older.
Older, yeah.
So
he was getting old.
Yeah, he was at the time in his upper.
But he played with you.
30. Yeah,
he played there with you.
Did.
And James.
Him and James was there too.
And James too.
Both of the guys were at the time
Was
were older. But
Benson with you guys? No.
he played
Mark?
1 year.
Only 1 year. Because
think
after he
they
came
can-
with us.
That's right. That's
He
right.
came with us after.
I played with Mark 1 year,
Okay.
and we were one player
Rubén
away.
Colón?
Who?
Rubén Colón or
No.
Jojo Rosario?
I played against Rosario.
Oh, you
He
played
was
against
gone
him.
when I got there. I think
That
he was
was
gone.
huge.
No. I take that back. I did play 1 year with JoJo.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah. I played 1 year.
He was the youngest, one of the youngest. Rubén, also Rubén Colón.
Yeah. But yeah, Guayama is a town that I just naturally connected with. It's almost like I did with Cuomo. These small towns have really great fan base, and I talk to people outside the court. So it's almost they became family.
After you won the MVP in Ay Bonito, how did the trade to Santurce came about? and you know, we know, you and
we
I
know.
know, and I want you to tell the story
All right,
right in
so-
camera.
And this is a story that nobody knows. Only people that know this is me, you,
Angelo?
and Angelo Medina,
Ricardo.
and Ricardo, and
believe-
Herman Melan.
Germán and Julio.
That's correct. So those are the only people that know this story. Now everybody's going to know it, right?
Now they will
So
know.
I won, obviously, the MVP of the league in
2002.
and here in 2001.
In one.
Yes, and won
In
Mr.
two, I won
Mas
it.
Destacado as well, and I had a phenomenal year.
You played
probably
really
over
well.
24 points a game, and
A whole bunch of rebounds.
we took a small market team, and we were winning. We had one of the best records in the entire league. Once again, the problem was we didn't have a big guy, right? I was just saying we needed a 6'10".
I was supposed to be there, but they threw me away. Actually, they didn't.
If
choose
you would have
me.
came that year, we'd have won championship.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm almost sure it would.
I went back in
tough.
1980.
We had a little
My
Mikey
first team, I
Lopez
went
was
to-
our
to
point guard.
practice.
Mikey Lopez was very
Mikey.
smart, great ball manager, great manager of the game. Eric Rodriguez was one of our shooters that I had in that
In
Guayama.
Guayama.
So, I mean, we had a really good team. We
We
had
also had a-
Melendez, who could jump out of the gym. And then we had, was it Jason? Used to go back and forth. He's now coaching for NBA with
Jason, you said?
Jason.
El hijo de
I can't remember his last name.
Jason Hernandez.
Hernandez.
El hijo de Richie Hernandez.
Could shoot the lights out. He
yeah,
could
yeah.
play. We had Jason
He played
Hernandez.
very little in
but
Puerto
he was
Rico.
traveling back and
Yes,
forth.
yes. He was
So,
more interested in
But
coaching.
when he was here, we were phenomenal. No team could beat us.
His
with him.
father was good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if we had a big man there, I think we could have
So
competed for a
tell
championship.
the story about coming to Santurce.
So, so anyway, I won the championship in 2001.
the MVP.
And wanted to come to Santurce the very next season in 2002.
Two.
Was as a free agent, American. Now I'm an importado. Now I don't have any restrictions after the season. I can go wherever I want.
Right.
It was actually blocked. I was
told you it was
not
blocked.
allowed to play with Santurce.
First call I got was Herman.
I was
said-
and this I think this might be the first time and the only time this ever happened in the league in
No,
in
it
BSN
happened
history. right?
prior, which was a big mess with the league in 84, con David Ponce. 84.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Way before my time.
Way, probably you weren't born. But yeah.
So it's the second time then in BSN history that American was blocked from playing on a team in Puerto Rico. So I was not allowed to play with Santurce the following year after I won MVP. So I had to go to, which was a good contract for me, but instead of playing here in Puerto Rico, I had to go play somewhere else.
It was unfair.
It was very unfair.
Very unfair.
I guess it was the only time I can ever say I was treated unfairly.
Did you ever
here.
find out who did that?
No. You probably know, but I don't. It was blocked. I was not allowed to play with Santurce. So the following year, I went to Venezuela.
Trotamundos.
Played for Trotamundos. Had a another solid good season.
He played.
We won the championship over there in Venezuela. I also won MVP of that
Herman
league.
Blanco?
Herman Blanco was my
the
man.
owner?
Because Herman Blanco was he was the owner of the team, but Herman Milan was my agent who was getting me to Santurce because I couldn't get in Santurce. He got me with Venezuela in 2002.
Off the sleeve.
Yeah, so he worked that deal out for me to go to Venezuela, won a championship, won an MVP. The following year, after a whole entire year missing Puerto Rico, I was able to come back and sign with Santurce.
And sign with us.
Yes.
Free agent.
As a free agent.
Free agent.
Yeah. Needless to say, we won the championship that next year.
That's what I'm going. What was the experience like during the championship?
Oh man, it was thrilling, especially since I was here. How many years before that? 1, 2, 3 years.
3 years.
I played here 3 years prior to playing in Santurce. I've always looked up to the organization.
You
how
played
it was
3
ran.
solid years.
Yeah.
3 solid years.
Yeah.
In numbers.
Yeah.
But I still not remember if I got injured while we were playing.
You did.
On that championship. I was injured, right?
Yeah. I can't remember what it was.
Blackwell?
But,
Blackwell? Was it?
Who?
Blackwell, the other reinforcer?
We didn't have one. It's just me.
It was you only?
Yep. Just me only. We had Jeff Aubrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
We had Jeff
That's
Aubrey.
right. I remember I got injured.
Who was a New
that
Yorican. He kind of filled your slot in. But he did a fantastic job. But describe that year, man, it was phenomenal because the organizations prior to that ran completely different. Everybody had the experience.
That was the championship with Bayamon, right?
Yeah.
Against Bayamon.
No, it was against Ponce.
Against Ponce, too.
But we played Bayamon first.
Yeah.
You know,
That we finished in Caguas.
That's correct.
That's when I got hurt.
We won the championship in the last game over in Ponce. But the experience being with Santurce, playing with you, playing with Waya, playing with Orlando.
Carlos wasn't there that year that much.
No, he only came during the playoff.
I think during the playoff, because the NBA wouldn't let him play.
Correct, but he was able to play during the playoffs. But yeah, the experience playing with Santurce with you guys was unbelievable. It was fun. The experience that the players had with Santurce versus the prior teams was all the difference in the world.
I was playing for Julio.
Julio was cool, man. I love Julio. He just said, go get it. I know what you can do, big dog. Make it happen.
Nothing else.
No, nothing. I never heard a negative anything come out of Julio's mouth. He's such a positive influence on the class. The practices were a bitch. Now he made us run now.
Our practices
we ran, we competed. The practices were very good. Yeah. So between the competition and the practice and the veteran players, with the experience, that's the reason why we won the championship. You know, these guys
we
know
used
how
to
play.
Practice like we play.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be.
And I don't know what I think it was your leg maybe, but you were
it was my Castro.
Your calf.
Yeah,
your calf.
My calf.
But you missed a lot of you missed a lot of the season, but you did play some
against Bayamon.
Yeah,
we played 2 games, and then in Bayamon I got hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but then we.
But I got to play with you, man.
No, that's what I mean.
I got you towards the end of your career. I got you towards the end of your career, and it was an honor to play with you, and it was a bunch of fun. I heard a lot of good stories about you prior to that.
What made our team special that year?
What made that team special was the experience. If you get a bunch of guys, you get a bunch of guys who know the game, who knows about time.
We needed to talk to Julio.
And you know what? And there wasn't even a lot of communication on the court when you have a lot of experienced players.
Everything came out.
Everything just came out. Once we knew what offense we were calling, we knew who could do what, when they could do it, and how they could do it, right? We already knew all that. So when the offense was called, the most special thing I've seen as far as on the court leadership that nobody really talks about that I personally seen was the intelligence of Guayacan Santiago.
Very smart.
Right?
Completely agree.
When I tell you he notices things that I think coaches miss.
Mm-hmm.
And
he would never
he would be
anything.
so right each time. Monty, listen, I see how he played. You made that shot, Monty, but I see how he playing you. He's on the top side of you. And this is, at the time, I'm not thinking about it because I don't care where he is. I'm thinking, I don't care where he is. I'm going to score. I'm going to beat my man anyway. If I don't have a shot, I know where my people are supposed to be. He goes, Monty, he's on the top of you. Next time, do this. I don't care. I don't care if he's done. Go in here, spin to the right, and pop back out left. Trust me, man. Trust me. I see it. So I go in, I spin it on here, spin it, pop out to the left. Boom, the ball's right there. The guy's still underneath the basket. I was like, this guy, man.
I was setting picks.
He said, Monty, I know you made the last 3 shots. You made 3 in a row. I know how you like it. What do you mean you know how I like it?
That's why, yeah.
Right when I come off of a screen, the ball's already there. It's timing. It's timing. And so players with no experience don't understand that.
No.
Don't understand, right? So it's small things like that helps teams win championships. But you got to have that experience and on the court acknowledgement of your teammates on what they know how to do and what they do the best.
Used to read
Waya, for me, to this day, he's the best player I've ever played with, knowing small, integral details.
He used to tell me on defense, don't go all the way, Pico. Just look like you're going to go and come back. And I would steal the ball. Every time I did it, he stole the ball from the guy.
I'm telling you.
He stole the ball from the guy every time. Fake and recover.
He's so smart, man. He's such a smart basketball player. So for me, what really made and also, I think I was a positive influence on him on working a little harder because what he saw out of me, and he personally told me, I've never seen an American come here and work hard like you. And I take that as a compliment. I go there and I was shooting. I didn't go to the beach in the morning. Beach is right behind my condo. You know,
I can mention one.
I would go there. I would go to the weight room. After weight room, I would go to the gym. After the gym, I would go to practice. I would do that every day consistently. I didn't miss days. I didn't see it as a paid vacation.
No.
But I've seen other Americans treat it that way.
It's a duty.
They only go to practice at 7 p.m. at night. They
it.
don't work out in the daytime. I used to go at 10, 11 o'clock, shoot for an hour, hour and a half, take a nap, eat, rest, go to weight room from 3 to 5,
and then
go directly to practice, and then practice for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to longevity in Puerto Rico, with me playing 11 consecutive seasons here.
I finished at 42.
Wow.
But why? Because what you're saying.
Right.
Consistency in extra work.
Absolutely.
Not practice only. Extra work.
And so over the time that I spent here in Puerto Rico, I noticed that the most of the Americans here, they don't have that. And that's why I saw 2 good years out of guys, and then I would never see them again.
Besides you?
2 good years or 3 good years, and then I would never see them again. And here I am, a stretch of 11 years, consistently here every single year, but I wouldn't see the same Americans.
Well, because the problem is in Puerto Rico, we play one day yes, one day no.
Yes.
For 4 months.
That's hard. That's tough.
That's very
hard.
That's
a tough schedule. And Pico, you add the shooting, you add the weight room, you add the practice on top of one day on, one day off.
I used to go to track in the mornings.
Dude, you know how physically demanding that is on your body?
That's called endurance. You said it prior.
But that's why I lasted, and most Americans that come here don't last.
If you just keep playing, you won't have any muscle for your body to carry.
That's correct. So I done that, and not only I did it because I wanted to compete. I didn't want to disappoint myself. I didn't want to disappoint my teammates, and I had natural pride. I can't go out here. I was a competitor. I wasn't going to let nobody beat me
No way.
because of my lack of effort. So I thought that was
It wasn't for effort.
yeah,
It was there because I belong there.
that's correct.
Period.
Yeah.
Did you ever try back to go to the NBA any time?
I did. So I went. I was in camp with Miami Heat, and also when I was 36, people don't know this. When I turned 36, I was in camp with Atlanta Hawks.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was one of the releases on that, and then I went back overseas. So, but I was in those camps. I played very well. It was, I mean, I played better than one of their draft picks that they picked up.
any explaining?
What'd you say?
Why not? Any explaining why not?
No, just we
They
got
never
we
do, but-
we they never really do. But
Yeah.
but I had one guy tell me like, listen, we have so many guys on guaranteed contracts, and he literally told me to my face, "You are better than our draft pick.
They did the same to me.
You are better than our."
I
draft
said, why
pick."
you call me then?
I said, so what's the problem? He said, but we drafted him, so that means we invested him. So we don't want to have egg on our face by releasing our draft pick to pick up a free agent.
That is no
So,
excuse.
but yeah,
You invited me here to find a position.
that's correct.
I earned the fucking position. Why not?
He literally told me, Pickle, to my face, you're better than our draft pick. We would love to keep you, but we can't. We don't have enough on the roster. So if it wasn't for something
That's why I didn't waste
something
my time.
ignorant like that, right? But it told me this.
I wouldn't waste my time in the
Pickle,
NBA.
it told me this. I was an NBA level talent who just didn't get the opportunity.
Who just
right,
didn't get
so-
the opportunity.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was there.
Absolutely. So
It was there.
so it told me a lot. It told me I belonged, and from that, I just kept working hard, and,
Yep.
and everywhere I went, I wanted to put my stamp on that country or on that team.
Let's talk about Mexico now that you're saying that. How was Mexico?
I didn't play in Mexico very long because I had an injury.
Injury too.
Yeah, and so I had Pepo, who was my coach,
Martinez.
who was my
Guayama.
coach in Guayama, brought me over, and
A los Toros.
the
Arriba.
no, it was
Laredo.
what city was that? Monterrey.
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 Sí.
The Fuerza de Regia.
La Fuerza Regia. Tienes razón.
See, I was with
You're
that
right,
team.
you're right.
And I kind of bumped heads with the point guard. He wasn't a Wyacon. I would pop open and he's still dribbling the ball. And I was like, I can't get in rhythm with this guy. It was really hard. And then I strained my hamstring or something like that. They kept me for a couple of weeks. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go home and recover and you bring me back.
And how was Colombia?
Colombia, I went towards the end of the year. Julio Torres was there. Great story on that one. Nobody knows this story either. Julio Torres finished last in the league, very last. But he got the last position in the playoffs. So it's 8 versus 1.
Right.
He calls me up, Monty, ¿qué hace, papá? You know how he talks. And I'm just sitting at home before I go, to Europe or wherever else I was going to go. This is towards the end of my career as well. I maybe have been 36. This was a year I got released from Atlanta Hawks.
From Atlanta Hawks.
Right.
Okay.
And so he says, I need some help, Papa. I said, what's going on? He told me the situation. We played a number 1 team in 2 weeks, and I need another big man besides you. I said, okay, let me think about it. 2 days later, I called back. I said, okay, I can come. Brings me, but he also brings my college teammate who I played with at Tennessee State University,
Oh, really?
Carlos Rogers.
Wow.
Carlos played 10 plus years in the NBA,
Exactly.
and he wasn't doing anything, just, he's 7 foot, rangy, lanky, athletic. He's a little older at the time too, so I think he was 30, if I was 36, he was 38, 39.
Older than you.
Yeah. And so he decides to, all right, come on, man, let's go over here. I ain't never played overseas. I have never experienced it. I only played in the NBA. So come on. I said, let's go. So he bought us tickets. We went down there. We get our butt kicked by like 20 the first game in the playoffs away against the number 1 team in the league. But towards the end of the game, the last 5 minutes, we went away from Julio's system. I said, Julio, just give me the ball coming down. I want to see something. I got the ball. I called Carlos up for a pick and roll, And then they have a big, slow Colombian big man, like 6'10". I can't remember his name. So I started using the pick and roll with Carlos and I. Right by the big man, layup. Right by the big man, layup. Next time the big man sags, right by the big man, pull up, boom. I said, okay, I found something. So next time he's sagging in between, Carlos sets the screen. I said, Carlos, roll, because they was beating the hell out of him. So right when I act like I was going to pull up, I throw it over the top to Carlos. I said, next game we're gonna beat them. We ran that whole play the entire game the next time, and not only was I feeding myself and Carlos, people were starting to help to set it, and I started hitting other people, and the shooters were knocking out. We end up beating the number 1 team in 6 games. We knocked them down, then we beat the next team. After that, it was easier, obviously, because we already beat the number 1 team. So, but yeah, we ended up winning the championship because I came down and I brought a big man who can.
And how was the tournament, the rest of the tournament? Easier?
Oh, yeah, the rest of the tournament was easier, especially the championship round. I think we won in 5.
In 5?
Yeah, we won 5. So it was a really good year.
When did you started to think about retirement?
I started thinking about retirement in 2 phases. One, when I recognized the game was changing, start seeing more ball handling, more overhandling, more
Crazy
ISO, a lot of bad shots, and I was playing with younger guys. Now I remember this time I'm at 36, 37 now, and then
I was 40 playing
38.
3 generations behind me.
Yeah. And so when I start seeing, and then you got to remember, as we get older, we get slower, we get less athletic,
less
and
reflex.
So the timing it starts to get.
But
actually,
a little bit
I
never got into that because I used to work harder.
Yeah.
When I was getting older, I used to work harder. That's when they could not catch up with me.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I do. That's what I do now.
It is the truth. I promise.
That's what I do now at my age, at 52. But yeah, I see the game change. When I used to come off, I didn't have the wire cons of the game.
Other mentality.
And the mentality, and guys would take bad shots. Guys wouldn't understand the game. They wouldn't hit anybody on screens. They wouldn't roll. It was more so catch and shoot.
And the worst one is they don't listen.
No.
That's the worst. They don't listen.
No. But here's the thing about it is they don't lean on veteran leadership either. Right.
That's what I mean.
They don't, and the coaching staff that I had as I got older were leaning more towards the youth and not
the veterans.
Listening, not the veterans.
Not relying on the veterans.
And relying on a game plan that is catered on a veteran that still gets your younger players whatever shot they need or whatever shot we want.
If it was Julio would say, "Picu, start a practice."
Yeah.
Start practice, because he knew I would go first, always. Right. I would never go the last one. First.
So that started to change, and then also the Achilles tendonitis in both of my Achilles. Like I said, it started to become more work to get ready for the game because of the pain I was having in my tendons. And gosh, listen, if you play basketball, all of your explosion comes from your lower half of your body.
Exactly.
So for me to push off and take that first step, to jump, all of that was still impacting every time.
Are you used to make your shot while going up? Eddie was different. Eddie used to shoot when he was way high there.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean,
That's right. Yeah.
So you used to shoot going up.
Yes, right.
Eddie was way up, and then
he can shoot, right.
And then that's the difference.
I didn't jump. I could jump.
Yeah, you could jump.
But on my shot, I didn't jump super
high. No.
Unless I had to.
I reach you very well.
Yeah, unless I had to.
Just
boom,
push.
Yeah.
Jump, push.
I would jump only when I got inside of the paint.
Yeah.
Against obvious guys who's trying to jump really at it. Then I can go jump up and shoot the ball. But my Achilles tendon and the game started to change. I knew I had to, transition to.
At 52, you're still playing.
Correct.
And you still have passion for the game, Monty.
Yes.
What the hell?
Not many people have that.
Where the hell do you keep that passion in the court. Of course, if I would do it, I would be passionate too. But I don't have maybe the strength, or it wasn't planned for me to, play for Masters or whatever. You killing the
Correct.
Masters.
Yeah, the
You are
Masters.
killing the Masters.
I have to. Sometimes I have to
You
probably
should come to
move
Puerto
down.
Rico.
I got to
and
move
play.
down in the Masters.
Yes, and play for the Masters here.
I probably have to play in the 40 because the 50s I would average.
No, you have to play in the 50s. Now the rule is
You can't
by
play
the
down?
age- No, you cannot.
You can play down. You can't play up.
Las edades. You can play down or you can play up.
Yeah, you can play
Las
down.
edades de los U19, U60, U50, puedes jugar para abajo.
Sí.
Para arriba no.
Up arriba no.
Para arriba vas a matarlo.
See.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I can play down, but I can't play
You
up.
cannot play up.
Correct.
But
So
they're older than you, of course.
yeah.
They will be older.
Yeah, they'd be older. So
So what
but
gives
yeah,
you
yeah.
that passion, man?
It's always been my outlet. It's my stress outlet.
It's the first thing you met in your life.
It is. And so I have the natural instinct to
never did
when I'm stressed out, go to the gym. When I'm feeling fat, go to the gym. But everything results back to stress relief.
That's
for
how you
me.
learn it.
I
never play another sport.
life stress through basketball.
Yes.
And
Especially your younger
me being
years.
52, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. With I get stressed out, from relationship or if I'm mad about work, anything that's bothering me, I go shoot. And when I'm done with my workout from shooting, I feel so much better.
Monty,
It's my stress reliever.
did you ever felt dessert with your mother or father? Did you ever feel like,
Absolutely. It's only natural.
Can you
I
talk
feel
about
like, yeah, absolutely. So I, even recently, even to this day,
you
it never
speak to
leaves
her
you.
or you don't?
Absolutely.
to
So
them?
I speak to my mom. I still see her. I still see my dad. I still speak to my dad. We're I love them. They're my parents.
Your parents.
But as a kid growing up, absolutely, I felt abandoned. Right, I feel like I didn't have the
But
parents.
you went over that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
already went over that.
I'm telling you, Pickle.
Those are things that you cannot control.
I
They
couldn't
were
control
not
that.
under your
Obviously,
control.
everybody would want a nuclear family where I have
of course.
dad taking me to practice. And he's teaching me and he's coaching me and telling me what to do and how to be a young man. I never had that. I never had that from my mother.
Grandparents?
My granddad passed, and my grandmother, was
both
a small
sides?
Christian lady. Well, my grandma and granddad from my dad's side were in Tennessee, and my grandfather had passed and brought my grandmother up. She was 90 something, so I knew she was, but
old.
yeah, she was really old. And my mom's side, my grandfather passed, but then my grandmother knew nothing about sports, but she was a really good Christian lady who cooked and cleaned and did everything for 30, 40, grandchildren. So, but as far as my mom and my dad is, yes, I still have a relationship with my mom and my dad. I grew up so crazy with not having really neither
But you
one of them
understood.
integrated into my life
Right,
and how I grew
but-
up. But I was blessed enough to have people around me who identified my situation. The guy I told you about, Phil Banks, who taught me how to play basketball, came into my
But
life.
how about as a family? But let's put basketball apart. As a kid, as a person, who would kind of like got into you and push you or was able to tutor you or
Pickle, nobody.
all by yourself
Pickle,
and your
nobody.
sisters.
Yes, sir, that's it. My
All by yourself and
my
your
two
sisters.
sisters were my biggest supporters. Outside of that, I have my friends. I would have some of my friends, family, be encouraging to me. John Erickson is a guy I grew up with. His father and mom, were prominent in the city. His dad was a big time lawyer, and as a kid, I got into trouble, and those were the people who were there to say, "Hey, listen, Monty, you
gotta step out of there."
can't keep going to jail." Because I went to jail a couple of times when I was
Really?
I was a kid. I was in the streets. I was a mischief, but I was playing basketball too. I didn't have no guidance as a
You
kid.
never went to a home substitute home?
No,
None.
no.
So you lived by yourself with your
It's
sisters?
because we had Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a Section 8 home. Didn't cost much money to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom would miss a payment on the house, I was doing mischief stuff out in the streets to help pay for stuff in the house.
You were
as
the man.
As 14, 13, 14,
You were the
15
man.
years old, when I wouldn't see a parent and I had a dad across town who wouldn't give us anything.
So she needed to
I was
emancipate you.
I was in the streets, doing whatever I had to do to survive. And my little sister would be home cooking, and I would be there. And then we'd see our mom like maybe once or twice a week, because she would be out in the streets on drugs, which nobody really knows the story. But however, I still had people around me say, go to school and keep playing basketball. I had no plan. I had no plan. I had no idea what I was doing as a kid.
Nobody plans anything.
And but leave it to God, man. I stayed in school. I was able to get my high school degree diploma, right? I got my high school diploma.
Great.
My older sister got hers. My mom never got hers. My dad never got his. My dad never passed the third grade. He still to this day can't read and write.
He had problems
Right.
also with
Yeah.
drugs?
No.
Your father, no?
No, he's just a guy who just wasn't, as his kids, we wasn't a priority.
Like,
Right? Sometimes you have that.
situations.
So I kind of raised myself along with my two sisters, and I had friends around me. I wasn't always in the greatest light as far as, growing up, because obviously I was a street kid. Didn't do anything too crazy, but I was always fighting. I was always involved with, I stole stuff and resell it to make money, to make sure we had food. I did it all out of survival, not because I was a bad kid.
What happened to your younger sister, when you went to college?
That's the biggest issue. She grew up really rough, in that also she had to stay in the Section 8 housing, and she ended up having kids as well. So a lot of government support, but then she, got a job, and she started doing better, and she had kids. So she eventually got out and got her own place as well. But she grew up the same way. But it was unfortunate, but it also built a hell of a character. Right?
Of course,
It built a character for me. And like
Experience,
I said,
character.
by not having a solid home base, was difficult. But at the time, you don't think it's difficult because it's just surviving, right?
Knowing you.
But now, as an
friend,
adult,
my brother, knowing you,
right?
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Now I admire more yourself than anything you've done.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Trust me.
But as an adult, I look back and I'm like, if I would have had a different structure, would I have been as hungry? If I would have had a different structure, would I have been the same person? Probably not, Pickle. Right? I probably wouldn't have had that drive to have
Maybe
something to grab onto to be better at. Right?
even maybe having your parents at home, a family like normal, probably wasn't. We would not even be able to talk.
That's correct. That's right.
It couldn't be worse.
Yeah.
And you still here, a good person, good brother.
Yeah. I had a guy step in, John Erickson, his father, when I was getting in trouble. I got to a point, Pickle, I went to jail, and I was sentenced to 30 days to go to jail while I was in high school. Listen to this. I would wake up in the morning after all the things that I've done. My sentence was to do 30 days. I would wake up in the morning. They would let me out of jail, go to school, go to practice. I would have to go right back to jail. go to school, go to practice, right back to jail. And on the weekends, I didn't get out. I had to stay the entire weekend. So the only time the judge worked it out was for me to go to jail. And the weekends I stayed.
He was trying you.
But also, that 30 days made me reflect on life.
On and on.
I was like, I don't want to.
Now I'm close. Now I'm free.
I don't want to do.
You realize.
Excuse my language. I don't want to do this shit. And I used to see guys all the time, even growing up, going to jail for selling drugs, going to jail for this, So I was like, is this the life? I can't do this. I ain't gonna. I just need to play basketball. When you realize that? How old were you? When I was about 16, 17.
Yeah, it's about
right.
Time, yeah.
16, 17. Before that, I was just, I don't know.
Yeah, mentality is different.
Yeah, so I started 16, 17, and after I did that little 30-day stint from being in trouble,
Control your key, or they will control it for you?
That's correct. So the judge literally told me, Mr. Wilson, because prior to my lawyer had told him, hey, listen, this kid got scholarships to go here, go here. Yeah, he's a great athlete. He said, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Erickson is a prominent lawyer here in the city. I respect him, and I know him personally. He would not say this about someone who he doesn't believe in. But if I see you in my courtroom again, you're not going to jail. You're going to prison. And Mr. Erickson had told him, Judge, I promise you this kid will never get in trouble again. Here I am sitting in the chair. He's talking to the judge. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I didn't promise you that. But in that moment, Pickle, I realized I had somebody who cared about me. I had that one person who cared about me. For that guy to represent me for free, sit up in front of the judge and tell him this kid would never get in trouble again. Mm-hmm. I knew I couldn't. I had to stand on that. I could not ruin that man's reputation who stood up for me, because that was the first time I ever felt in my life that somebody stood up for me.
There you go.
That's when the shift changed. Mm-hmm. From that moment on, I left that town, which is Decatur, Illinois. Springfield is 30 minutes away. A family took me in, heard about my story, took me in, and they had a son that played on my team over in Springfield. I stayed with a family who took me in. Oh. That kid, name is Malcolm Holgram. He never got in trouble. He never hung out with people that I used to hang out with. I used to hang out with the street people, right? The people who used to fight.
You grew up with
people who used to sell marijuana, people who used to break in cars. And I used to hang out. This kid didn't do any of that. So it told me about myself. It wasn't that I was a bad kid and I was just doing these things. It was my environment. It was who I was hanging around. It was the circumstances and situations I was put in as a kid just to survive without my mom and my dad. So when I stayed with these people, I definitely was like, I ain't gonna do nothing like that. Staying with these people, they clean as a whistle, right? Wow. So my environment changed. The people that I was hanging around changed. And only thing from that point on was basketball, school, school. My GPA went from a 1.4 to a 3.5.
Wow.
Told me I wasn't a dumb kid, but before I was a dumb kid.
And still.
Right? But now, my environment's changed, which changed my life, right? And from there, I got a box full of offers to play basketball all over. Another story that people don't. Yeah. So I was initially going to sign with UNLV the year Tarkanian had Larry Johnson and all those guys. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to go into there right after that, but they got hit with NCAA sanctions.
I know.
From banning Larry Johnson and all those guys, that great UNLV team. I was going in to replace that. I was going in to replace that team.
Wow.
And when they got NCAA violations, at that time, I was like, I can't go there. They can't be on TV. They can't be on ESPN. That's all the point. That's the point of me going there. Mm-hmm. So I was going to go to JUCO, and at the 12th hour, when all the scholarships were gone, Tennessee State shows up like, God, we want
This
you.
is it.
It's like, well, if I don't like it, I can transfer out.
Yeah, exactly.
I end up taking a D1 offer down at Tennessee State.
You kill it.
And took a 4 in 2016 to 21-10, and took Tennessee State to their first ever NCAA tournament.
You did.
Yeah, Carlos and I, of course, my teammates as well, but by Carlos and I coming there at the same time, changes the shift, and we end up winning.
Basketball.
We won that conference and went to the NCAA for the first time in the school history. We did it again the next year, and won the conference championship the next year, but we didn't go to NCAA. But the time that I was there at Tennessee State, we changed the face of that program. Right?
Nice.
So I was very
Monty,
lucky.
what keeps you wanting to come to Puerto Rico so frequently? What keeps you coming down? Why? Of course, you have us, friends,
absolutely.
but
So I tell you why. It's just friendships. Man, I have so many friends here.
You grew up here.
I have you. Listen, I
You
wasn't even
grew-
here, and I was reaching out to you, right?
Yeah.
You know, all my teammates are still my friends. We still talk on
That's
the
the best
phone.
thing.
You know, and like I was telling you before, a lot of Americans come here and play. They get their check, they play their basketball, and they go home. They don't call their teammates anymore, right? They don't still hang out with their teammates that they came here in Puerto Rico because they only played 1 or 2 years.
When I see you,
And so over time, I
I probably
created
see you
relationships.
living in Puerto Rico sometime, huh?
Yeah, we might.
Huh?
I'm working on something that may put me
I
here.
know. Well,
So if that happens, within the next year, I'll probably move here. But right now, to answer your question, man, it's friendships. The island's still beautiful.
We're here for you.
It's still
We
beautiful.
told you.
I still have great relationships.
We have friends here, brothers here.
And
Me,
good-
you know that.
and
You can count on me
good
anytime.
food. right. I love my arroz y bichuela.
I have to ask you this. If you love arroz y habichuela,
Sí, claro. I'm on posteado.
why not? Love start from kitchen, cooking.
I can't cook that good.
You can't cook.
I'm
Well,
not,
you find
I can cook, but I
find
can't. I
somebody
can't
else.
cook that good.
Find somebody else.
Está buscando.
Oh,
Está buscando.
you heard it,
algo.
right?
Está
I didn't
buscando.
say it.
Está
I
solo.
heard
Está
it.
buscando algo. No.
Cool. Besides all the not troubles, because I don't think that was trouble. How you define success? Because of course what you have explained here, it is a completely success for all you went through.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what is like? Define me success in your life.
I tell you what, I've already completed that mission. I ain't gonna lie to you. From now that I'm an adult and I can think all the way back from when I was a kid, all of the things that I've been through, all the things that I've done, all of the things that I didn't have access to, and to still be able to defy all the odds. And I looked at the numbers, the stats on from high school to college to pro, playing basketball alone are astronomical. And at the time, I don't even think about it. But then as an adult, I look at those numbers, I'm like, so if there's 1 million high school kids playing basketball, only 500 of those million go play college basketball. Dang, that's crazy. Only 500, and that's all levels. That's Division I, Division
1,
II,
2,
to
3,
3.
4, D, A, B, C, whatever.
And to get the Division I, there's 175 of those kids of the 500. I was one of them, out of over 1 million kids. So you take that, and then those odds are even cut more when you're talking about elite basketball, college Division I players.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to top the elite college basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
The odds of that is like less than 0.5%. I was able to complete that. I was even in NBA basketball, NBA veterans camp, and also playing professional internationally. People don't realize it is 0.2, 0.3% chance of you doing any of that, let alone the childhood troubles and the way I grew up.
Stages.
That, for me, makes it even less of a chance to make it, because most kids don't even go that route. They start getting in more trouble and they go to prison.
You could end up dead.
They go to prison or dead.
Or dead.
So I just by defying those odds and getting where I got, I mean, I have so much success, and I've been so lucky. I've been so blessed, but I've also worked for it.
Of course.
I worked for it.
There's no success without effort.
Yeah, and I put in the work, and you know what? I can't really say I put in the effort because I wanted to play basketball, which is a crazy thing. I put in the effort because it was my driving force, and it was my happy place. And every time I played, every time I practiced, every time I lift weights, it was a goal that I wanted to reach to get better. And it was, I didn't play to get better at basketball. I practiced to get better at life.
You put three
Right?
three letters in the three H's.
Yeah.
Head, heart, and hustle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is very important in life.
Yeah.
Or for anyone who wants to be successful in anything. Doesn't have to be in sport, but in life.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Age.
You know, kids have a goal nowadays to play professional basketball from an early age. Mm-hmm. That wasn't me. Mm-hmm. I didn't even realize I even had an opportunity.
Trouble prior to
I didn't even think about or realize I had the opportunity to get paid for playing basketball until I was about a senior in college. I didn't even think about it, I didn't even think about it because only thing I was thinking about was my next practice, my next.
My goodness.
Right?
Have you
But
seen?
when NBA scouts start showing up to my college game and my head coach let me know, here's Charlotte, here's to watch you again. Charlotte, here's to watch you. Because I was on Charlotte's draft board.
I don't know if you.
This NBA team is here. This NBA team is here. And now I finished the game with 20. I mean, they're talking about
Many windows open.
That's when I start thinking about, well, maybe I can play, get paid to play.
What would you tell a kid or a girl who wants to become successful in life while going through what you lived before?
What's the keys? The keys would be if you find that as a passion, and the things that I've seen, if you're working out when nobody's around, you're destined for it. That's what happened to me.
You could not
when
be.
nobody was around, I was shooting.
And you mean nobody?
When I say nobody, I mean I remember a specific time. I thought I was gonna die, but I don't care. I didn't even care. It was thunderstorming outside. I was at it's a park in Decatur called Jasper Park. Mm-hmm. Thunderstorming. Ooh, like see lightning. I was outside shooting. I was playing basketball by myself.
Probably you didn't know the risk.
I didn't care. I was a kid who didn't care. I didn't think about it. I just wanted to practice, and I was already wet. So what? I'm gonna leave and get dry.
Mother after you, hey, come in.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
that created character and a drive that nobody else could have unless you actually been through that kind of stuff. I was shooting in a thunderstorm. How crazy are you? Lightning. I'm talking. Listen, Pickle. It was lightning. I would hear it crack.
Keep shooting.
I'm still, and I stayed in that stuff for about an hour and a half, and I went home, walked home soaking wet. Right? What parent would let a kid do that? Well, unfortunately, I didn't really have that.
You're still here.
But I was lucky, so I had a good time, man, and I had a hell of a career internationally. Like I said, I won 4 championships in 4 different countries. It also tells me that you just don't win in one spot. If you win in multiple places, that means you're a winner. Yeah. Period. And
there's a common denominator.
It is. It is.
That's how I call it.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to have you here, Monty. Believe me, I'm one of your fans fully now more because of I never thought, never showed that you could have a story like this.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome to our podcast or here as person. I'm here for you anytime.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
And please come back to Puerto Rico more frequently
Always,
so we can
man.
talk about life, about business, about anything. We love you.
Well, I tell you what, I got a business. So if we get through soon, we're definitely going to be talking about it.
We'll be telling right here.
Yeah.
We will tell.
Yeah, but I love
to
it, man.
have you, man.
Appreciate you.
I
Love you, man.
very much.
Yeah, you're my brother, man.
Come back, please.
Okay,
come back sooner. Come back many times. Live in Puerto Rico.
Absolutely. It's
I
the
know
place.
people
It's the
would
place
love
to
to
be.
see you around here.
It's the place to be. I love
Good
it.
to
I
have
love
you
Puerto
here.
Rico.
Good to have you.
Yeah, I love you, man.
And thank you for
All right.
showing. Amigos, en inglés o en español, no sé si me entendieron, pero Monty Wilson, un gran ser humano, van a saber su historia y qué bueno que tuve la oportunidad de tenerlo aquí, porque no salimos de la barriga ganando, no salimos de nuestras madres ganando. Todo se fomenta, todo se planifica y todo se hace, como le dije, con el corazón, la cabeza, pero sobre todo trabajando duro. Hasta la próxima, espero lo disfruten.